On the morning of June 7th, 1992, in Springfield, Missouri, 3 women vanished without a trace, leaving behind their cars, their purses, their money, even their cigarettes, and the family dog. No forced entry, no signs of a struggle, no screams in the night, just silence, and a house frozen in time. Tonight, this documentary investigates one of America's most haunting disappearances, the case known today as the Springfield Three. Step 2. The common belief. For over 30 years, the common belief has been simple. The women were abducted, likely by someone they never saw coming, and their bodies were disposed of somewhere they'll never be found. It's a belief repeated on news broadcasts, podcasts, community forums, and in living rooms across Missouri. Most people assume the case is unsolvable, a tragic cold case, swallowed by time. Step 3. Contrarian twist. But what if that belief is wrong? What if this disappearance wasn't random, nor hopeless? What if the answers have been hiding in plain sight, buried beneath conflicting witness statements, erased phone messages, prank calls, and a crime scene contaminated by more than 20 people? What if this is one of the few cold cases that could still be solved? Step 4. Share the plan. In this documentary, we will break down the final 12 hours of the 3 women's lives, minute by minute, the eerily untouched crime scene, and the evidence that should have cracked the case. The suspects, including a jealous ex-boyfriend, a suspected serial killer, a possible manipulator seeking fame, and a violent predator with gang ties. The theories, from a home invasion gone wrong to a meticulously planned abduction. The strange phone calls, the erased message, and the lead investigators still refuse to pursue. Finally, the most haunting question: how can 3 people vanish from a house without leaving a single trace? Step 5. Proof credibility. And here's why this case demands your attention. The Springfield Police Department calls it one of the most unique disappearances we've ever seen. FBI analysts have repeatedly reviewed it. Crime experts have studied it for decades. And yet, there is still no trace. No bodies, no confirmed crime scene, and no closure. Before we begin, let us know in the comments, where are you watching from, and what time is it right now? Cold cases always hit differently, depending on where you are. Now, turn down the lights, settle in, and let's go back to the night everything unraveled. The evening of June 6th, 1992, began with laughter, celebration, and the promise of a bright future. 2 teenagers, Suzie Streeter, age 19, and Stacy McCall, age 18, had just graduated from Kickapoo High School. They were surrounded by friends, photos, and the kind of excitement that makes summer nights feel endless. Suzie's mother, Sherrill Levitt, had proudly watched her daughter cross the stage. None of them knew this would be the last time anyone saw her alive. Throughout the night, the girls hopped between several graduation parties. They laughed in photos, made plans for the next morning, and spoke excitedly about their trip to Whitewater, a water park in Branson. Around 10 p.m., Stacy called her mother, Janice. She promised she would be home by morning. She always kept her promises, but as the night unfolded, plans shifted. The house where they planned to sleep was overcrowded, so the girls made a new decision, one that would define everything. They would spend the night at Suzie's house instead, a quiet, single-story home at 1717 East Delmar, a place they believed was safe. Around 2 a.m., witnesses heard the 2 girls leave the Kirby residence. Suzie reportedly said, "Follow me to my house." Stacy replied, "Okay, I will." And then nothing. They were never seen again. But they did make it home. Their jewelry, purses, makeup wipes, cars, and clothing were all found neatly inside the house the next day. Someone, or something, intercepted them afterward. Pause for a moment, and imagine this. You go to sleep, believing your daughter is safe. But when you wake up, she's gone. Her car is parked outside. Her purse is inside. Her keys are on the counter. Her dog is there, frantic, and barking at nothing. The girls made it home, but they never made it out. Let me know in the comments. Do you think their abduction happened inside the house, or just after they arrived? Take a guess before we move deeper, because what happened next only gets stranger. The next morning, friends arrived expecting to meet the girls for a day at the water park. Instead, they found an unlocked door, a broken porch light, and an eerie silence. Inside, the television buzzed static. Makeup wipes lay on the dresser. Purses sat untouched on the floor. Sherrill's cigarettes, her constant habit, were still in the house. Even an unfinished can of Coke sat by the bedside. Everything looked normal, except for the missing people. But here's where the case takes a disastrous turn. At least 10-20 people walked through the house before police ever secured the scene. They vacuumed. They cleaned dishes. They emptied ashtrays. One man even swept the shattered glass off the front porch, all trying to help, not realizing they were erasing a crime scene. Then came the phone calls. 2 back-to-back obscene calls from a teenish male. Sexual, disturbing, vulgar. These calls had reportedly been happening for weeks, but now, with 3 women missing, they felt like a warning. And then, the most haunting clue of the entire case. A message on the answering machine, the one police believed held a key to the disappearance, was accidentally erased. Gone forever. No recording, no transcript. Only witnesses saying it may have been important. How does a clue like that just vanish? Let me rehook you for a moment. What if the erased message wasn't an accident? What if someone inside that house, before police arrived, heard something they weren't supposed to hear? Tell me in the comments, do you believe the phone message was connected to the disappearance, or just a coincidence? Because investigators certainly didn't think it was random. But this is only the beginning. Because the suspects, they lead us into darker territory. Enter Dustin Rickley, Suzie's former boyfriend, a young man with a disturbing hobby, grave robbery. Months before the disappearance, Rickley and friends had broken into a mausoleum and stolen gold fillings from a skull. Suzie had given a statement to police about it. She was rumored to be a possible witness in court. A motive? Plenty. He and his friends were all reportedly together the night the Springfield Three vanished. But here's the catch. No evidence linked them to the crime. No confession. No forensic trail. Still, investigators had a question. Would someone kill to silence a witness? Or was Rickley simply a troubled teenager in the wrong place at the wrong time? Let me know below. Do you think an ex-boyfriend would go this far? Or is this theory too simple for such a clean disappearance? Because the next suspect, he is anything but simple. His name was Larry DeWayne Hall, a suspected serial killer who drifted through the Midwest reenacting Civil War battles and abducting young women. He was known to stalk event areas, parks, and party locations. He was active in the exact months when most of his victims disappeared: March, June, August, September. June 1992 fits perfectly. He was in Missouri at the time. He had the vehicle, he had the pattern, he had the psychological profile, and he had no hesitation. When FBI operative Jimmy Keene infiltrated his cell, Hall confessed to crimes he'd never been charged with. brutal crimes, torture, disposal. He kept a map of his victims, one that vanished after Keene's cover was blown. Could the Springfield Three have been on that map? Hall hinted at multiple victims at once in conversations. He mentioned girls who were too trusting and houses left unlocked. But did he abduct 3 women alone? Possible, but difficult. Still, Hall remains one of the most compelling suspects. Let me ask the audience, if a serial predator targeted them, do you think he acted alone or had help? Because the next suspect might have loved the attention a little too much. In 1997, Robert Craig Cox, a convicted kidnapper, robber, and suspect in a Florida murder, made a bold claim: "I know the Springfield Three are dead. I know where they are, and the bodies will never be found." He said he'd reveal everything after his mother died. Investigators were skeptical. His alibi was false, but his behavior, classic manipulation. Cox has a history of seeking attention. He gives cryptic statements. He offers hints, then retracts them. Is he involved, or is he exploiting a tragedy? Let me know. Do you think Cox is telling the truth, or just enjoying the spotlight? Because there is still one more suspect, and this one has the darkness, the connections, and the violence to make people disappear forever. Gerald Carnahan, convicted murderer, serial abuser, a man with ties to the Galloping Goose motorcycle gang, a group rumored to have deep roots in Springfield's criminal underworld. Carnahan had already kidnapped, raped, and murdered a young woman named Jackie Johns in 1985. But he wasn't caught until 2000. He was known to stalk young women, known to act impulsively, known to act violently. He was also connected to Stephen Garrison, a gang-affiliated rapist who gave police credible information about the Springfield Three. Enough credibility that investigators dug into Garrison's tips, but not enough to make an arrest. So here's the chilling question. Did Carnahan and associates target the women? Did they abduct them quickly, quietly, and efficiently? Was this a planned act or spontaneous violence? Carnahan has never confessed, but his proximity, his history, and his network all put him in striking distance. Comment below. Does this suspect feel like the most realistic to you? Because now we enter the final layer. Over the years, several theories have emerged. Theory 1, a home invasion gone wrong. The unlocked door, the broken porch light, 3 women disappearing without a trace. Could someone have been waiting? Could they have stalked them from the graduation parties? Theory 2, a targeted abduction. This is the theory many investigators favor. Someone who knew the women, or specifically knew Suzie, may have forced them into compliance quickly. No screams, no struggle, just silence. Theory 3, multiple perpetrators. 3 women, 1 small home. Dog barking, television static, porch light shattered. Could one person subdue all 3, or was this a coordinated attack? Theory 4, bodies in the parking garage. In 2007, ground-penetrating radar detected 3 anomalies under the Cox Hospital parking garage. Same size, same orientation as grave sites. Investigators say the tip wasn't credible, but the radar engineer stands by his findings. Who do you believe? Theory 5, the erased message, still one of the biggest mysteries, still unexplained, still lost. Could it have identified the abductor? A warning, a confession. We'll never know. 3 women, 3 lives full of potential. 3 futures stolen in a single night. Sherrill Levitt, mother, cosmetologist, caretaker. Suzie Streeter, bright, beloved, loyal, Stacy McCall, responsible, thoughtful, full of dreams. They walked into a house. They never walked out. As you sit here watching, look around you. The room you're in, the hour on your clock, the feeling in your stomach. This case is still unsolved. Someone out there still knows what happened. Now tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? What time is it right now? Which theory do you believe? Which suspect seems most likely? And do you think this case will ever be solved? Because after 30 years, the Springfield Three still wait for justice.